Hello guys, welcome to another video from Dota. Another Meepo replay here, just one I played in ranked all pick about a week ago. So I've downloaded it, it's been sitting in my downloaded games for a while. I've been meaning to bring it to you guys, and the reason being is because this was a ranked all pick game. Hang on, just let me resume the draft here, me talking away and the draft's not even underway. So this is just ranked all pick if you haven't played ranked all pick recently since 6.82 I think it was. They changed the way it works, so basically you take turns to pick. There's no banning, but you have like 40 seconds to plan, and then you say where you want to go, and you take turns to pick. So it's a little bit elongated, but it's more balanced. Counter picking is harder. Picking straight the 5 best heroes in the game is harder to do now. So I really like ranked all pick at the moment. It's a really fun mode at the moment. It's a lot more balanced as well, a lot less frustrating. So you can see I last picked Meepo there. If you look at the reason I want to bring this game to you as opposed to a lot of my other Meepo replays is because of one reason. The enemy team has very, very good heroes, and what I'm saying is like their lanes are really good, and their combination within a team fight is good. So you've got, I'm sure a lot of people are looking at their lineup now and thinking, oh, Void, Witch Doctor, Queen of Pain, like so much combo, so much damage. And the thing is with it, it doesn't necessarily take a whole lot of skill to pull off. You land the Chrono, then Witch Doctor gets a free ultimate, Queen of Pain gets a free scream, Shadow Shaman can put his wards outside the Chrono, so it all hinges on Faceless Void landing a good Chrono. The rest of the heroes really don't have to perform much past landing their ultimates in the Chrono. In a team fight, obviously they need to win their lanes. So our team's pretty good. We've got Lich, we've got Centaur, we've got Lino, which, and Evoker and that. We've got some nice heroes ourselves here. Sorry about this pause, guys. I didn't actually remember there was a pause here. Don't think it's too long, but I will edit it out with some annotations so you can skip ahead if you want to. I'm just going to talk away here anyway. So as I was saying, we've got a pretty nice lineup ourselves. I'm playing Meepo. I've gone for Boots, Branch, Salve. This is my greedy sort of get fast treads, avoid harassment as much as I can, obviously escape more. Boots and regen obviously is more akin to sort of like League of Legends, but on quite a few heroes in Dota 2 now, it is more than viable. Very much so. So the reason I do this on Meepo is because he's got very high base armor. His base HP is really nice. Like with one branch, I have 606 base HP. That is really, really good for an agility hero. And he's got that 35% base magic resistance. So he is very tanky at the start of the game. So realistically, you only need a set of tangos or a salve to get you to level 3. And then even if your first Meepo has got pretty low, you can just send it back to base and keep your second Meepo in, and then start using the 2 Meepos together to stack or whatever you're going to do. So sorry about this pause, it's quite long. I don't actually remember how long it is. Like I said, it's been a week since I downloaded this replay, but that's fine. It gives me plenty of time to talk about like my MMR level and what people are doing. So like this game was played at 4.6k MMR. I've climbed a little bit, climbed very, 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 very slowly. Like climbing MMR is very, very difficult in solo rank. So a lot of my videos have been at 4.3, 4.2. This is at 4.6, nearly 4.7. So when people look at my videos, they think, oh, this guy plays at like 2k MMR. He stacks with people who are a lot lower MMR. The only person I was stacked with this game is Wyken, who is playing Invoker or Lich, I think. Yeah, he's playing Lich. And he's 4.4, so we're pretty much around the same MMR. So this is kind of like what you would consider, I wouldn't say high, but it's above average MMR, I guess. It's by no means anywhere near professional at all, but it's a pretty there's some skill definitely within 4.4k MMR. So yeah, we're back underway with the game now. They're going to do a Faceless Void offlane here. I'm just going to keep it on player perspective like I always do. They're going to do a Faceless Void offlane here. I've got a Lina supporting me and a Lich, so I have a really nice lane here, a really cozy lane. Not much Faceless Void can do to contest my farm. Obviously, he has a lot higher base damage than me. And there you can see I couldn't even touch that creep in the time he could just hit it. So Lena's doing some really nice harass here now, keeping him out the lane, because she knows that I basically cannot outlast hit this Void unless we harass him. So I'm going to put some harassment on here myself. I'm going to level Poof and get these 2 last hits here. He does walk away from it. If that had hit him, it would have been a very cost effective Poof. But I do manage to pick up 3 last hits there straight away and a deny. Witch Doctor just moved into the lane here, so this lane has become considerably more dangerous. He rotated, he initially wasn't in the lane, and I genuinely thought this would be an off-lane Void, considering that is quite common. So I'm just going to side up here. I've taken a lot of damage in the early portion of the game. I'm not even level 2 yet. Taking that much damage for level 2 is really undesirable, so this lane hasn't gone so great for me so far. I'm getting last hits, which is good. I'm at 5 last hits now, 6 last hits. I'm not last hitting bad by any stretch, especially against a Void Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor is not doing as much as he could to pull me out. Basically what I'm doing here is, if you notice, I'm charging my Poof and then cancelling it. That means that they basically have to give me some room. If they go near me, if they try and call my bluff and go near me, they're going to take a considerable nuke, and I'm going to get the last hit anyway. So I'm basically just faking out. You don't want to spam Poof too much. It's only 80 base mana cost, but you know your base in isn't really that high, so you don't have that many Poofs in it. Obviously, really struggling here to last hit under the tower with Meepo. That is something that's very difficult indeed. Lena's chucking down a lot of nukes here, which isn't necessarily great because they're only level 1 nukes. She doesn't do a lot of damage with them at all, especially if Void backtracks, and I think he has leveled backtrack. No, he hasn't leveled backtrack yet, so Wyvern coming into the lane here on Lich, doing a little bit of harassment. See, they're keeping, they're doing a good job. I mean, it's not a great job, but it's a good job of keeping Void and Witch Doctor off me. So yeah, just a steady lane phase really. This Void Witch Doctor lane isn't at the moment proving to be so great for them, and it's strange to see this sort of thing at high 4k MMR, because you never ever want to dual lane the off lane versus a tri lane, because it is rarely ever gonna go in your favor. Void does rotate mid and gets first blood on Invoker, which is really not great. Really not great. That's a huge advantage for Void. Like, if he's in the off lane, he should not be getting that amount of gold. So him rotating with that haste is extremely fortunate for him. Queen of Pain's going to get some XP for that, and Invoker's going to be shut down even further, delaying a Midas. So he can't really go Midas now that he's died. He might if he feels he can, but you know, it's not advisable. There I get both the last hits under the tower. Poof is your best bet of getting last hits under the tower. You'll see me utilize it a lot. Because it's so low mana cost, and it does. I am going to get a nice net here on which side I do Poof the second Meepo in and charge in the second net. Poof in with the first Meepo again, and Lena does. I mean, that was a kill steal, but I'm not bothered about stuff like that. We killed him. I would have liked the kill. It would have escalated my farm further, but I'm not, at the time I didn't flame the guy, and I'm not going to flame the guy now. It's whatever. That sort of stuff happens in Dota. He was dead, but she didn't need to nuke him, but she did. It's fine. So I am pushing the lane up here quite a bit. We have decided, after me getting some levels, Lich getting some levels with his sacrifice, we are going to try and push this tower. There's nothing much they can really do about it until Void gets Chronosphere. We can just free push this tower, especially with Witch Doctor down now. He's not even coming here, so we can get a lot of free damage with 2 Meepos. Use Tread switch to agility. That's some hefty damage coming out. Each one does 56 damage. That's 112 damage on the tower every time you hit. And its attack speed is really nice with the treads as well, because the second Meepo gets the Gloves of Haste attack bonus from the treads. I don't know if you know that, but they do. So pushing down that tower, I'd say when you're Meepo and you're winning your lane, and you spot an opportunity, you've got your second Meepo up, and you're both your Meepos on pretty high health. You spot an opportunity to push the tower. I'd really recommend doing it, especially when you switch treads to agility. Get a few clicks on that tower, you can really wither it down. I'm in a pretty dangerous situation here. Lena she's done a good job of harassing them out, but she has sapped a lot of XP off me here. And you can see I'm only level 4. This is not really where you want to be as a Meepo at all. I need to be getting level 10 around 10 minutes, 9-10 minutes. Invoker does drop again to Queen of Pain mid, which is not good. That Queen of Pain can be, once she starts getting levels on me, even with my 35% bonus magic resistance. It's not where I want to be. We are going to try and initiate on here bottom, but Void does do a timely time walk, no pun intended, and Lina misses the stun, unfortunately, from that. Does backtrack quite a bit of damage as well while using that time walk, so we don't necessarily get them, but we do kind of force them out lane. They're a bit more scared, they're a bit more, giving us a bit more room, and like, no matter how many times I realistically net them, I'm always going to have enough mana for another net, especially on my second Meepo, another poof as well. If you manage your mana correctly on Meepo, you can really make sure that you're constantly a threat with those nets and poofs. I am not managing my mana that well, but I'm last hit pretty well. I'm going to get all three of these low and probably chuck a poof down, maybe not. No, I do miss that last hit. You know, even after many games of Meepo, you will still find yourself missing last hits. Lina does miss a stun. My second Meepo is going to get picked on the way to mid. So they did have a ward bottom, and I didn't see that. Actually, they don't have a ward bottom. Void just rotate. That was bad of me, really. I sent the second Meepo to try and assist Invoker mid, which, you know, isn't necessarily great. I shouldn't really have done it. I should have been stacking the jungle with the second Meepo, and it's something I'm not that amazing at. I do it, but it's definitely my weakest factor when talking about Meepo. I almost got a double net there, but the cask actually cancelled it, which is very unfortunate for me. I'm going to try and take this Void down. He is going to drop. He does backtrack quite a bit of that damage, even with like a level 1 backtrack. We're going to pursue this Witch Doctor, but she does miss the stun, so we can't really engage him. If that net had landed, the two-person net was going to get, that both of them were dead there. But, you know, fortunately for Witch Doctor, the cask does bounce to the Meepo that's casting the net as I enter the fray, so I don't end up getting that double net, which is a bit unfortunate. But basically, this game isn't a great example of it, but what you want to be doing with your second Meepo is either keeping it in the lane to keep your lane presence up, which I'm doing, or mostly what you want to be doing is stacking the jungle to escalate your farm to a 12 to 14 minute Aghanims. This game, I'm trying my best to sort of deny the Void stuff and trying to kill him, so I'm not stacking as hard as I should be. Now I could be stacking, it's 52 seconds, so this is quite bad from me, to be fair. I should be stacking here, and I'm not. Granted, Lich is stacking for me, which is really nice. Stacking as Meepo, especially once you're level 10 and you have 3 Meepos, you stack poofs. Your poof should be level 4 by that point. You tab poof and do a full round of poofs. You're going to clear a stacked jungle camp pretty much instantly. A couple of clicks and you have it. She does manage to land an invis stun on this Witch Doctor, and he's pretty much dead from this. Lina does pick the kill up from that, but that's fine. I poofed the second Meepo in to try and secure the last hit, but it's fine. I got some assist gold, I got some XP. So I'm at level 7 at 8 minutes. That's not too bad, really. Ideally, I'd want to be level 8 pretty much now, but I'm not. But it's not the end of the world. If Lina had given me a little bit more XP in the lane, I would be a lot closer to level 10 than I am right now. But this is the reason I bought you this game, is because it's an example of it's quite an even game, but inevitably the Meepo does come on top, even against a lineup that's very snowballing and very deathbally. They can walk at towers and they're really hard to fight into with that Chronosphere and the Viper Strike, the Witch Doctor ultimate, the cask, and not to mention the Shadow Shaman wards make them very hard to fight into. So this is a game I think that people could learn a lot from when playing against stat lineups. That's why I bought it. They are going to try and get a little bit of a gank here on me, which is pretty good. Void was hiding in the secret shop. I do poof in the second Meepo, shut down a net. This first Meepo is going to get ticked down. Wycan does go there for the deny on me there, but doesn't quite hit it. Queen of Pain does whiff her ultimate, which is pretty big. She would have secured the Lina there if she hadn't whiffed her ultimate. I think she is going to pursue her out. I'm currently looking up to see where the Void is. This is on play perspective, by the way. And Queen of Pain is getting sort of chased down here by Wycan. So at this point, you know, I have half of my Aghanims. It's 10 minutes into the game. I'm level 8. You know, this is not really the start you want for Meepo. I mean, my farm's okay. I'm at 50 last hits, which is standard for a carry. You know, I didn't exactly have the easiest lane, but the reason this is not so bad for us is because they dual laned Witch Doctor and Faceless Void. If that Witch Doctor had been top, Centaur would have had a much rougher lane, and he didn't. Centaur has actually managed to get a fair little bit of farm here, I mean, he's basically got his tranquils. I don't know why he's not buying them, but he's level 6. You know, he's got quite a bit here. He's going to farm up and maybe get a few levels here, and this is mainly because they didn't try lane against him. We are going to pick up a kill mid on the Queen of Pain. You'll see me do this a lot, and a lot of Meepo players don't do this. It's debatable about whether it's good or not. I play very aggressive, especially when I have my second Meepo. I'll be helping out the team a lot, trying to help secure kills instead of hardcore jungling. There's most people would argue that hardcore jungling is a lot better than trying to secure kills for your teammates. However, against good players, they will know that you're in the jungle, and when you're solo ranked, your team isn't necessarily going to play around the fact that you're in the jungle. They're not necessarily going to ward properly, they're not necessarily going to help you, they're not necessarily going to TP to protect you. So by being versatile on the map and rotating a lot, they don't necessarily know where you are. So if they rotate into your jungle and you're not there, they waste valuable time. I'm going to try and go bottom here and try and pick up this Void. He's going to Chrono for that, but I do land the net before the Chrono, so that wastes about 2 seconds of his Chrono. That's a completely wasted Chrono there. He thought he had me, but that net got off before the Chrono. Really nice for me, because obviously I have to send this Meepo back now, but the Chrono is wasted, so that's a huge threat out the window right now. I mean, like, if he'd have got that kill, it would have been totally worth it for him. Chronoing for solo kills at the start of the game before about 15-16 minutes is totally fine, but he didn't manage to do it, so this gives me a lot of room. I know the Chrono's on cooldown right now. My team knows the Chrono's on cooldown, so they can go a bit more aggressive on mid. As soon as you know a big team fight ult like that is down, you can start being more aggressive towards towers. And my team does do that. This camp's stacked, but I only have one Meepo at the moment. The second one's a base regenning, so I can't really take a stack like that. I am going to sort of move these out and get some damage on them with my first Meepo here. I mean, my Aghanim's timing is not going to be anything special. I'm looking at about a 15-minute Aghanim's if I'm lucky, 16-minute maybe, which, you know, is about the maximum you want. I mean, 20 minutes is when the game is not going your way. 20-minute Aghanim's is when the game is not going your way. So you realistically want a 14-minute Aghanim's. 12-minute is a very good timing for an Aghanim's. I've had it, the quickest I've ever had one was 10 minutes, but that game was completely out of control. We won that within like 25 minutes. I'm going to bait this Void out. I mean, one of the Meepos is low. He does manage to get a lucky bash on it, but I am moving them about. I am kiting that away. I do land a net with the first Meepo. I'm going to stack some poofs. I do manage to kite him away with that second Meepo and secure a kill on Void. That's big for me. Luckily, he didn't backtrack either of those poofs. If he had, and then he got a bash on the Meepo that was low, he could have possibly killed me, but that kill secures my level 10. Which is my third Meepo. So I'm going to send the low Meepo back, and I'm going to push this bottom tower up because I know that the entire enemy team is down. My team does a really good job of making space for me this game. I do miss the last hit on that tower, which is really bad of me. But here I'm a lot closer to my Aghanims now. I've got level 11, I've got the tower bottom, we've got the tower mid. We're doing pretty well against their lineup. They're not coordinating their lineup enough. Me killing Void there was really good, because if he'd have been mid with the Chronosphere, the fight mid where they took the tower and wiped the enemy team could have gone significantly worse. So Void dying there is bigger than it looked. So I'm going to start more towards hardcore jungling here. Obviously one of my Meepos is low on mana because it's been out for longer. But I'm going to send that Meepo back, and 2 Meepos is ample enough to start jungling. I'm going to just poof jungle them down. As you can see with treads on agility, I'm really clearing these camps very, very quickly. I do have enough of my Aghanims now. I'm going to send the Curry to the secret shop, get my point booster. Queen of Pain isn't our jungle invis, so I don't see her. And Witch Doctor is there as well. This is looking pretty dangerous for me. I don't know that either of these heroes are here. He's going to chuck a cask down, but luckily it does bounce to Wyken, not between my Meepos. This is looking pretty bad for me, but I'm going to poof in the other Meepos. One of my Meepos is pretty low. He is going to Chrono for it. Witch Doctor all goes down, and they do manage to pick me up there. So yeah, a well-coordinated gank there from the Dire team. They do manage to bring me down with well-coordinated 3 elements, but there you can see the power of the Chronosphere, the Witch Doctor ultimate, the Death Ward, and the Sonic Wave, I believe it's called, the Death Scream, whatever, from Queen of Pain, the Queen of Pain ult. And you can see the damage output it can do. Like they just obliterated me and Wyken there, me and Lich. So you can see why this lineup is good, and then they snowball, they take a good team fight, there's people down, they can then take a tower with the Shadow Shaman ward. So this is the main reason I brought you guys this replay, is because the enemy team have a very, very, very good lineup. This is a captain's mode standard lineup. They have so much push potential, so much team fight potential, so much kill potential. I do miss the net here on Witch Doctor, but I'm going to poof in my other three Meepos now because I have Aghanim Scepter to clear up that wave. So that's a nice bit of fun for me. So I'm currently sitting here at about 15 minutes. I have an Aghanim Scepter. These wards are going to time out before I can farm them, unfortunately. And their ults are down. This is the thing. This is why Meepo is pretty nice against these sort of lineups. They kill me, but I'm up relatively quick. I have a level 2 ultimate, which is 20% reduced time in my respawn. Level 11, I would initially have a fairly chunky respawn time, but I don't. So I'm back up, and their ultimates are down. So that gives us so much space. When you know their ultimates are down, this is one of the biggest ways to improve at Dota and to climb MMR. If you're low MMR, if you're like 2000 MMR or low 3k, as soon as you know the enemy's teamfight ultimates are on cooldown, even if they won the previous teamfight with those ultimates, you push and try your best to take a tower with your lineup as 5 people. So here, we know their ultimates are down, and we have a lot more space on the map. We can play a lot more aggressive. Viper's farming solo top, I'm just farming the jungle. It doesn't matter that our vision is not covering the jungle or locations that we needed to. Their ultimates are down, so their kill potential drops drastically. That's one of the weaknesses of these sort of wombo combo lineups, is as soon as their ultimates are down, their kill potential is pretty much halved. So there's a big wave top. I'm carrying a TP scroll on my main Meepo. I'm gonna go TP top, poof down that farm. It's gonna, farm like this is really key for Meepo. You just get those big waves. You realistically want your blink around 18 to 20 minutes. Obviously I'm behind 16 to 20 minutes maybe. I'm behind on gold here a little bit because my laning phase wasn't that great. They've killed me 3 times. I'm only 1, 3, and 4 here. This isn't a spectacular score compared to a lot of my other Meepo games at all. But we're not doing that bad. It's 13-13. Faceless Void was in a lane that didn't really suit him. He didn't get much farm done. He got a lot of harass. He got leveled, which is fine. But he didn't get much farm against me, and I did. So this is not looking amazing for them right now. I'm going to chuck some defensive nets at it because I think there's more behind Viper than there is. 2 of the Dire team are going to TP in here to try and back this Viper up and maybe secure a kill on me. Invoker does manage to pick Witch Doctor up in the enemy jungle, but Shadow Shaman is going to rotate on here. I continue to throw nets because I'm concentrating on trying to take down this tower. While my team is distracting the enemy team in the jungle, I'm going to try and take down this tower because I'm playing an objective game here. Towers are more important than a kill, basically. So I'm going to take this tower down. Again, I don't get the last hit. This isn't a spectacular game from me. But we do get the tower there. Queen of Pain's going to be doing some split push on the bot lane, but we're not too worried about that. Her right click potential is not amazing. Her wave clear is fine, but her right click is good, but she doesn't attack quick enough to really put some pressure on that tower. So she's just chipping away at the bottom tower. Not really a worthwhile trade for them. If they'd have all been top, their ultimates were coming back off cooldown, they could have coordinated a good team fight on us there. Especially on me when I went for the tower as my team in the jungle. Faceless Void is going to put a Chrono up here just to kill a Lich. I mean, and Lich has Mechanism. This is a huge mistake. People really underestimate how tanky Lich is when you have Ice Armor and Mechanism. You have so much armor, and Lich is not a squishy hero in terms of HP either. A lot of Lich's item progression and his base strength stat and his strength gain geared towards being very tanky. You go into Mechanism, into Aghanims, or whatever you want to go, you're going to be very hard to kill as a support, which is one of the reasons to be really like Lich, is because he's hard to kill. Like he's not the funnest hero in the game to play, but he's pretty hard to kill. You go Mechanism and you have the Ice Armor, you're not going to take much damage from right click. So Faceless Void at 19 minutes, dropping a Chronosphere for a solo Lich and failing to kill that Lich is a huge blunder and a huge drawback for the team. Now because their entire team is coordinated around the Chronosphere and then it's down and then it's whiffed, they can't do much. So here I'm going to poof and I'm going to go super aggressive, do much to pick up a double kill. The nets land perfectly and a couple of stacked poofs, my team come in to reinforce me. We pick up 3 kills from nowhere. They don't even get anyone. They don't even get any damage on us. They're completely caught off guard. Didn't even know that we were up there. Queen of Pain is going to drop an ult, but she is going to get chain stunned. I'm going to net her up, and she goes down. So while my Meepos are pretty low here, but the Chronosphere's down. I have no worries about taking this tower now because the Chronosphere is down. It doesn't matter that all my Meepos are nearly dead. I red switch to agility, we get a tier 2 tower at 20 minutes into the game. This game initially was nowhere out of control. Nothing spectacularly bad happened for the Dire. Nothing spectacularly good happened for us. The score is relatively even, but we're just rotating perfectly. And we're working together as a team. This is something very rare. Unfortunately, this is very rare in solo ranked. And I was very lucky in this game to have queued with one friend, but the rest of the team really are playing their heroes properly. Evoker did not do well in his lane at all, but he is rotating with the team and getting stuff done, which is, in my opinion, at least in solo ranked, more important. But anyway, we've got a huge advantage here now. I've got my blink, I'm level 16, got my blink and Aghanims, 21 minutes, I've got 2,100 gold, and I'm going to transition into a Scythe of Vyse. The reason I really like doing this is because if you go for like a Heart of Tarask, yes, it does make you tankier, but it doesn't realistically increase your kill potential or your burst potential. Meepo has the ability to farm a Scythe of Vyse and a blink quicker than I think that any other hero can realistically do it, because you don't go a blink and a Scythe of Vyse on Anti-Mage, for example, but you can go blink and Scythe of Vyse on Meepo and it'd be totally fine. Blink Hex is an incredibly potent combo, and if you can get it at a decent time, your kill potential just rockets up. Your snowball potential is insane, and your ability to shut down and demoralize the enemy team is crazy. So I'm going to pick up the ultimate orb first because it shares stats. I'm looking towards mid here. We get a little bit of an engagement on them. I'm not too comfortable going balls deep into the enemy team here because I know the Chronosphere is up. He does drop it. He does get 3 heroes. It's a nice chrono, but he doesn't catch me in it. So I can just continue to chain net him. Witch Doctor is way out of line of sight, channeling his ultimate, which is really good. I'm going to chuck some poofs down. I'm going to throw a net out to cancel the Witch Doctor ult. There's a lot of them here, and Witch Doctor did do a really good ultimate there. Queen of Pain does do a good ultimate, but my magic resist is paying off there. Unfortunately, they do focus one Meepo and target me up, but the Lich ult is perfect. The Lich ult cleans the fight up perfectly. Lich was dead there. Centaur does actually end up walking into the wards. But yeah, this is a rare occasion. People take this in. 10 people dead. Lena's just respawned, but 5v5 wipes you never really see everyone wiped at the same time. That was because of an error by Centaur. But yeah, there again, Witch Doctor did a very nice ultimate because he did it out of the range of my nets. He did it out of the range of my vision because I couldn't see where it was coming from. And at that point, his death ward could have been anywhere, so I really didn't know where he was. Obviously, in the replay, I could see where he was because it's a replay. I could see where his figure was, but I couldn't in the game. So he does get a very nice ultimate off. But that's their combo sort of working as well as they could expect it to, and we still wipe them. They wipe us, but we still wipe them, and I survived. The key thing is I survived for the majority of the fight. I died towards the end, so I soaked up a lot of XP and gold during that team fight. If you die at the start of a fight as Meepo, it's very, very bad. But if you persist all the way to the end and die, it's not as bad because you do pick up a lot of levels. So I picked up level 17 here, and this is the key thing. I now have 5 Meepos, so my kill potential is huge. Obviously, my Scythe of Vyse timing is not going to be what I'd want it to be. Realistically, you want your Scythe of Vyse to be online around 25, 27 minutes. I'm going to be quite far behind that timing, but a few kills here, a few wave poofs. I'm gonna catch up pretty quick. So I see my team fighting mid. The enemy team is completely distracted from me right now. My team is creating so much space. I'm gonna do some real split push on this bottom tower now. Tread switch to agility to get all that attack speed and damage, and I'm gonna start attacking the bottom tower, which is pretty huge. My first Meepo is out with the blink. He's scouting for kills. Queen of Pain is bottom. I do try and get a knot on her. That's very close. If that headlander, she was dead. I know they're poofing in, but I'm not too scared of them. I do chuck a net down on a Void. I chuck another net and he chronos, and he doesn't quite get the timing right. They are going to expend 3 ultimates here to kill me. That looked like I fed there, and I realistically did. It wasn't good for me to be there. But one, I kept the Void off me for quite a while, so his Chronosphere was quite ineffective. They spent the Witch Doctor roll and the Queen of Pain ult to kill on Meepo. Realistically, that seems fairly decent. I'm the hard carry. I have a lot of levels. They get levels off killing me. But look how long I'm down for. I was only down for 40 seconds, and they spent 3 ultimates to kill me. 3 heavy cooldown teamfight ultimates to kill me. So we have so much space now. We have unrealistic amounts of space to destroy the enemy team. We can go for top tower and bottom tower now that they have expelled 3 ultimates to kill me. That was not worth it for them. From their perspective, it could look like it was worth it for them, but it wasn't. So we have so much space there. I inform my team. It's always good to inform your team when ultimates are down, because if my teammates weren't watching me there and just saw that I died, they may not have seen that they actually used 3 ultimates to kill me, but they did. So I told my team now knows that there's 3 of their core ultimates are down. So we have so much space. My entire team can play so much more aggressively, farm more aggressively, and go for risky kills because they know the ultimates are down. So I'm going to continue pushing out this bomb tower. I'm going to return to the tower. All their ultimates are on cooldown. Lich is spamming ice armor on me to increase my armor on my other heroes, on my other Meepos. I'm going to get this tower pretty quick. I do blink and get a perfect net on this Queen of Pain. Just strike her down. She does BKB there. Bit of a wasted BKB charge. It's a defensive BKB charge to try and save herself. So BKB is now on cooldown. And unfortunately, Jurostrike does not take her down because she's BKB'd. Void is in the back here for some weird reason. He does have a Chrono, but his team aren't in position to make use of it. With that ice armor and my base armor, they can't really kill me. I do get a perfect cancel on that Witch Doctor, and he's going to go down straight away. The enemy team is overextended here. They're trying to go for that last Meepo that's low, but I am going to move him out and kite him out. There's a Meepo up in front as I'm concentrating my back Meepo. He is going to get caught by the wards, so this is pretty bad for me. Again, they focus me really hard, but the issue is my team have a lot of cleanup ultimates. The Lich ult is good, it does pick up a kill. Invoker is currently farming top, which is really not good. If he'd have been there, this fight would have gone a lot better for us. And you'll often see this a lot in solo ranked, when you're not coordinated with your team. There'll be someone off farming when they should have been helping you out. So that team fight didn't really go our way. Again, they used Witch Doctor ultimate, Chronosphere, Scream, and they used their wards to defend that tower. And realistically, it did pay off for them, but Faceless Void again died at the start of the fight, didn't pick up any kills, didn't really utilize the Chronosphere that well, and we managed to pick up a few kills. They want this combo to work as they land a perfect Chrono, they drop their ultimates, and we wipe. And they don't lose anyone, but they are constantly losing people. And Faceless Void is not getting farm, he is not getting the Mask of Madness, he's not getting Daedalus. He really wants a Mjolnir versus me to get Chain Lightnings on all my Meepos, but he's not getting that. So the Faceless Void is not farmed at all. I'm going to take this stack because my Hex is delayed massively. I didn't really play that well this game, I feel, but I did play badly, and the enemy team were pretty hard to deal with as a Meepo, and like they have a lot of crowd control, and they have a lot of damage, So, you know, this game, it could have gone a lot worse if I was worse at Meepo or I didn't play it as well as I did. So I'm going to try my best to farm towards my Hex now. I really want my Hex. Their ultimates are down, but I'm going to mainly concentrate on getting my Scythe of Vyse here. I feel it's a really key item, and if we go for another fight, it doesn't necessarily go my way. My Scythe is delayed. Faceless Void gets a core item on. It's not so good for us. We're going to smoke up here and look for this Queen of Pain. Invoker does scare her off with a cold snap, so we aren't really going to pick her off here. I do manage to blink net and do a really nice blink net there and pick her off as she's about to blink. We are going to send our ult in here, but Faceless Void just get a very nice chrono. A very nice chrono, but the Queen of Pain is dead. Witch Doctor is up. I'm going to move this second Meepo out, but he is going to get ticked down by that Viper. So again, I die at the start of the fight. You know, this really isn't my game. This is really me sort of, the enemy team focusing me very hard. And initially that would pay off, but we've managed to secure so much for the rest of our team that it's not going so well for them. This Evoker's a pretty decent play. He's okay. I mean, he's going to chuck down his Deafening Blast and his Ice Wall to slow the Viper down drastically. His Cypher here, you'll accept it there, but he is going to get ticked down by this tower because he went in range of the tower, so that's a big misplay by him. We don't manage to pick up Viper. We're diving very hard for these kills. But again, I die at the start of the fight. You know, this is an amazing game for me. That's not the reason I bought it to you. A lot of my other games you'll see, it's my game. It's the game of Meepo. Everything is centered around me playing Meepo, and it's like this one-man show of me just like getting out of control, my team supporting me, and me getting out of control. This game is much more about the 5-man team and my team providing space for me. Let me turn down my announcer here, it's pretty loud. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to respawn up here. I do have my Scythe of Vyse there. I, again, didn't have it that team fight. That team fight wasn't really my decision. I just tried to help my team. If I hadn't have helped my team, that would have gone considerably worse because of my net, we did end up picking off the Queen of Pain that Evoker scared away. But yeah, we're going to go towards the top tower now. Their ultimates are still on cooldown. They'll probably start ticking back on off cooldown once we reach the tower, but I'm going to get some farm up here. Going to start farming up their jungle, making our presence on the map. We don't have any ward coverage at the moment, so I can't really see them, but I'm pretty confident with the hex that I can hex the first person I see and kill them immediately before the enemy team can react quick enough. So I can at least get one kill if I get caught out of position here with this Scythe. I do see the enemy team mid. So I'm going to start going down towards there. They do land a real big one-bow combo, but I'm going to net, I'm going to hex, I'm going to bring in all my Meepos right here. Day after, the Queen of Pain is going to drop, but she does BKB. It's a really nice BKB. I'm going to net out this Witch Doctor and start taking him down with the Geostrike. That heal is really strong. It's really keeping him up, but he doesn't keep up for long enough. Again, more poofs onto the Viper. He's dropping real low. Another nice net picks him up. I am going to start looking for more kills because I know their team is up this hill. I don't need to see them on the map or see their units. I know where they're going. So I'm trying to chase them down with a net. I don't manage to land one because I don't know where they are. I just think they're ahead. So I do. That ultimate did not go so well for them. I mean, they expended all their ultimates again, and they picked up 2 supports and Centaur and lost 2 supports and Viper. So it's a fairly even trade. But again, their ultimates are down now. I know their ultimates are down. I know Chrono is down, so I get a free Roshan out of this. This is the weakness of these drafts and these lineups that look so formidable and so difficult to take down. I know their ultimates are off, so I go for Roshan. It's a free Roshan right now. There's no way they can contest this. You know, my Meepos are going to get low, but with a little bit of redirected, a little bit of micro, I can make sure that they don't drop. Going to pick up the Aegis here, picked up a regen. Got my Scythe of Vyse. I'm going to go start to go towards a Heart to Rask because of that damage to put out. I need HP. It's not necessarily Faceless Void that's doing damage. It's all magical. It's all sort of raw damage, like Witch Doctor's ult, which is physical. But I need raw HP, so I'm going to go towards a Heart to Rask here to really tank me up versus the enemy team. So, you know, I'm sending back my low Meepos, farming up with the Meepos that aren't low. My first Meepo is looking around for kills. I thought there was someone there. I wasn't just netting the creeps. You know, when you have this much map control and you can see your heroes on the map, you need to try and guess where their heroes are. So I was guessing their heroes would be in their jungle, but they're not. As you can see, the enemy team is around here. They're playing very, very, very defensive. They're all grouped together. They're all scared. They're scared. They don't really know where we are. They see me on the top lane, but I could be bait. Meepo makes very, very good bait. So they can't really see the rest of our team. They can only see me. They saw Invoker. They pretty much know we're top now. They're making a guess that we're top, and they'd be guessing right. And they're rotating towards the top lane. I'm going to play very aggressive here because I know my team's going to back me up. I'm going to play very aggressive, blinking ahead. They're very scared. You know, they're going to give this tower up for free pretty much. Faceless Void is bottom. And again, if Faceless Void does not cooperate with their team or land good Chronos, their team is pretty much forfeit. There's nothing they can do with it. So Faceless Void is still bot. They know he's bot. We know he's bot. So I can just go on their team right here. I'm going to blink Hex to Queen of Pain. A little bit aggressive from me here. The enemy team, my team isn't really here with me, but we do manage to pick up 2 kills. I'm going to start poofing in more Meepos. I'm taking a lot of damage here. I am going to drop at this. Only the Aegis to play very aggressive with the Aegis to give my team a lot of room. I'm going to start ticking these wards down and just cleaning these wards up insanely quick, getting a lot of farm there. Viper is still pretty slow and he's pretty low, so I'm going to get it in the poofs and I'm going to bring down the Viper. So I played very aggressive there. Faceless Void was not there to help his team. He gets picked off by Invoker Bomb, which is huge. I land a nice double net there, very defensive, delays them so much time they don't have. Another net's going to pick up Queen of Pain. I think he has Chrono, but I'm not sure. I don't actually know. Faceless Void does not have Chrono. BKB is down on the co-op. The Geostrike makes her incredibly slow. More nets. Nothing she can do. If I land those nets, she's dead. Faceless Void does pick up Centaur, but they do lose the Queen of Pain of that, and his Time Walk it just came off cooldown, so he time warped. But I'm going to land a long range net, a very long range net, another very long range net on him there. Lina should be able to pick up the kill there. I do miss some poops there. I'm going to blink in, net, chuck another net down. I net the Witch Doctor to the side because I'm scared he's going to ult, but he doesn't. He can't ult when I have nets up. If I land my nets, he can't ult. I'm going to take him down. Not much he can do. He chucks out a Maledict to try and pick up the Lich. He may pick up the Lich. But again, diving really hard, playing very aggressive because they're not coordinated as a team. They're not playing defensive enough. They're not playing around the Chrono enough. The Chrono was not there at the start of the fight, so we just dive past their tower and kill them with the what am I trying to say, with the Aegis and the Scythe of Vyse. So we do pick up a really nice top racks there. I do pick up the Earth Wells as well, picking up some nice gold there. Viper comes out of the base on his own because he's just respawned. I get a blink hex, but Geostrike does go through BKB, so he's slowed to hell, and he's pretty much down right there. Shadow Shaman is up, Queen of Pain is up, and one Meepo is very low. I know they're going to go for this Meepo. I'm looking at the respawns and I know they're here, so I'm chucking out nets. I'm just spamming nets back to try and hit her once. I'm going to get some poofs up here and maybe try and kill her. I'm going to bring the last Meepo back. Does get force staff by Wyken, which is really nice. We do manage to pick up Queen of Pain, and then I pick up Shadow Shaman, so baiting out that last Meepo. Lich does do a really nice defensive force staff to help me get a little bit more ground there, which really saved me there. But yeah, they really overestimated how they could kill that Meepo. With Scythe of Vyse cooldown, what I can take one of them out of the fight, kill one of them incredibly quickly, then move on to the second one. Even with a Meepo low, I just move it out of the way. It's very quick as well, especially when one of the heroes is slowed by Geostrike and one is netted. If you coordinate all your skills well together, as Meepo, you can easily 2v1 with a Meepo on like 200 health, 100 health. So, I'm going to send this Meepo back. I'm going to start farming up their jungle. Picked up my Harp to Rask. I have a Boots of Travel now, so I'm pretty have got some good items right now. I poof in the first Meepo back up to the enemy team. Gonna chuck out a net. Gonna poof in my Meepos. Pick up a nice kill. I'm godlike now, so pretty far ahead in terms of gold. Shadow Shaman is gonna come up. My flames are dropping a bit here. Shadow Shaman's gonna come up instantly hexed. They're tilting now. They're not really playing properly. We pick up the mid racks. Easy kills for me. As soon as they walk at me, the moment I see them, hex, dead. If they're not with their team, and I have a hex, they are dead. I blink hex them, or I don't even need to blink. If he walks at me like that, he's dead. So we're just pretty much going to GG push here now. And the enemy team, if all of them aren't up, it doesn't matter if two of their ultimates are off, they need all of them up, and they need all of their ults off cooldown to even think of beating us. I'm going to look towards the fountain dive here, because whatever, I'm not going to camp the fountain, I'm just going to dive it, test my redirecting skills. As you can see here, the tower is, the fountain is focusing one of my Meepos, gonna do some redirect. This always happens with my replays as well. I can't quite figure out what it does. Is whenever I go near the enemy's fountain, the game just lags horribly. But I'm gonna drop here because I don't quite do the right redirects, and they do focus me quite nicely. Game is gonna finish here pretty much. Again, my frame's dropping horribly, and I don't know why. I'm really sorry, guys. But this is pretty much the end of the game. Faceless Void gonna chuck out a Chrono. Can't really kill me. Ancient does explode, so sorry about the frame drops, guys. I know that's a huge issue I really need to address and I really need to look into. But the reason I brought you this replay, I'm going to pause it here because this sort of stuttering is really irritating. The reason I brought you this replay is because I said it at the start, and I've said it, but I'll say it one last time. The enemy team had a really nice lineup, and this is an example of how not to execute a really nice team fight lineup. You need everyone. You need everyone alive, and you need everyone with their ultimates up. And time again, they didn't have everyone in the right place at the right time. Meepo is very, very good at punishing bad positioning, and I punished their positioning. I died, but I punished their positioning time and time again. And that is ultimately what secured us the team fights, is me blinking, netting, Centaur ult, getting us right in there. I blink and net. Usually my team would be very far behind me, but Centaur's ultimate helps my entire team catch up to me and reinforce me. And that's what happened. Time and time again, they focused me, they killed me, whatever. We got the job done, we killed them. If they don't wipe us with their ultimates, their lineup is not functioning as it should be. And again, one of the core issues with their lineup, Faceless Void did not get the farm he needed, I did. So it was a secured win at that point. Their lineup looked very formidable. Our lineup looked good. I didn't even play that spectacularly on Meepo there. That's what I want to stress. This is probably one of my worst Meepo games personally, how I played, but it demonstrates that if you coordinate you and your team, you don't necessarily need to play like a god on a Meepo. You just need to utilize the hero, farm enough, and coordinate with your team and punish positioning. That is the main strength of Meepo, and one of the things you need to do the most on Meepo is punish bad positioning. If someone's out of position on the enemy team, you know where the rest of their team is, you know they're out of position, say they went to ward or something, you kill them, you punish them. So I know I rant on a bit, it's a trait I have, I always rant on, but I just want to put points across. I want to help you guys understand the strengths of Meepo, because this game, again, didn't play well, good enemy lineup, still won quite convincingly. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. There are a few more replays coming up. I know I am very slow to upload, but please keep tuned. If you like this video, please show your support and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Like the video, share it with your friends, spread the word, because it really helps me and really encourages me to do more videos. I am currently practicing with my team, trying to be a bit more competitive, entering tournaments and stuff. So, you know, my time within Dota is mainly focused on not playing Meepo because I don't play him a lot of tournaments and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.